Hi.
It's time for Blumpkin&Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
I think they said something about, like, a podcast or whatever. I don't know.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me again today is my friend.
Oh, am I supposed to say something?
You're supposed to say your name.
Oh, my name.
Who the is this guy?
Graeme.
Okay, there we go. Graeme of ITRadio is back.
My friend. I was trying to think of something like my name, something. Yep, I couldn't think of it. I was like, oh, this thought was something and nothing.
You dumbass.
So part of today's show, towards the end, is going to be the instant rematch between now former RPS IC Championship Challenge champion Graeme.
Mecca like a high, Mecca. Bark, bark, bark!
God, that's a mouthful.
Do you have to say championship?
Championship Challenge champion.
Okay.
It's a bit redundant, but it works. So he was unseated by my 5-year-old, the Juice.
I'm glad that I lost to a 5-year-old and not some older person that might have some psychology to the game.
Why?
Because the 5-year-old doesn't understand rock, paper, scissors. They're just like, okay, I'll throw 3 of the hands. They're not thinking, okay, what could the other person do? And yeah, I got the text like, yeah, I lost to my 5-year-old. That's awesome. I'd rather lose to the 5-year-old than some, other guy.
I was sitting here.
Or chick.
It came down to overtime tiebreakers, and I had him give me hands 6, 7, and 8, because it's out of 5, if you don't know. So she won it on hand number 6, and I was like, oh, you won. I wasn't like, oh my God, you won. I was just like, oh, you won. Good job, baby. She's like, I did?
And then
she
she
was
scratched her
surprised as I
nuts?
was. She did not scratch her nuts.
Oh.
That was just me scratching my nuts.
Oh, gotcha.
I wasn't mimicking her body language or anything.
Gotcha.
So today's show, we decided to go Ninja Turtles. Last time we did Pee-wee, so now we're going turtle-centric.
Yes. There was something, I was going through our texts trying to find your address so I could put it into my phone. I'm going through it and I said there was one subject we didn't talk about when it came to Pee-wee and how he taught us something in the 80s.
Which is what?
That the Alamo does not have a basement.
That's right.
If it wasn't for Pee-wee, I wouldn't know that the Alamo doesn't have a basement. Would you?
Probably not.
Exactly.
Because I never plan on going to Texas because it's
fucking
scary down there.
The Alamo is just like this little tiny building. It's like, oh, here it is. Just on a dirt road.
Yeah.
Nothing around it other than a Walmart across the street. No, there's not.
I would hope that would make fucking sense. American history and Walmart working together because fuck you, General Santa Anna.
And then they built a basement.
That's history. General Santa Anna of the Mexican Army defeated the Patriots at the Alamo in Texas, and that's where Davy Crockett died.
And Pee-wee lost his bike.
This is true. These are facts. These are facts.
I am sad, though, that his bike did not make an appearance.
Yeah, you can only bring so much continuity into the thing. Because they didn't have Frances this time either.
No.
So, that's the way she goes. Dun, 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 dun.
So, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Started as a comic book.
Yes.
By Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird.
Yes. Did you ever see, before we get into that, Yosaki Yojimbo had a comic book as well?
He did.
Yes.
He did. Totally separate. It just kind of fucking happened.
No. Yes.
The mixing them just kind of
happened. I didn't mean to say no. I meant to say yes, as in... Yes, it had absolutely nothing to do with the Turtles at that point.
It's not Opposite Day, is it?
No.
Because that can get confusing in a fucking hurry.
Yes. Paper plastic, yes.
If you're right, but your left's right, right?
Well, everything's my left, so it doesn't matter.
This is true. So we had the comic, and the comic started in like 84 or 85.
Mm-hmm.
My first introduction to the Turtles was all of a sudden out of nowhere, there's these toys on the shelf at Target, and they're making a big fucking deal about them. And my mom brings me home one. Ironically, the cartoon aired like 2 days later, and she had bought me Michelangelo, and then I watched it, and without even thinking about the toy, I liked his personality best. I'm like, that worked out fucking perfectly.
Because pizza. And just
Right.
that he's... I mean, they all like pizza, but he was like the big pizza guy.
He was the cool skateboarder, surfer dude. Cowabunga dudes! Just like one of the most well-known episodes of that 87 series ever is called Cowabunga Shredhead. Shredder gets a knock on the head, suddenly thinks he's Michelangelo. Fucking hilarity ensues. That one ran on Channel 9. I don't know what the call symbol was back then. But it was also on the ABC Saturday
Wasn't it
morning.
Fox 9 at that point still?
I don't fucking remember.
I think ours was Fox 3.
Was it?
Yeah, no Claire.
Oh, I think it was KMSP here.
Yeah, I don't know. All I do remember, I think I saw it the first day it aired. Because it was during the summer. And I know I was at home and a friend of my dad's kid was going to watch it too. And they're like, oh, it's on, go, go, go. And... I had all the trivia books and everything, like if they're in a line, which one goes in front, which one's next, as far as all of that. I had everything. I couldn't tell you jack shit about the episodes now. Jack shit. Are you trying to say I'm drinking out of a turtle's cup?
I'm purposely turning the turtle cup around.
I saw it earlier.
So that it can look at you. Yeah. So with that, you should point out that, in my opinion, and it's not just because it was the first one I was exposed to, it was the best iteration cartoon. The one that they did in 2003, and we'll get to that a little bit more later, was more like anime than cutesy kidsy.
Yes.
So, like I said, in 87, it started off on KMSP 9. And then I think in 89, they also had it on Saturdays with different episodes on the ABC Saturday morning. And they had like a different opening. And I think that was season 3. But let's talk about one of my favorite villains, aside from Bebop and Rocksteady, which are obviously the comedy relief.
Yes.
Rat King.
I don't remember.
The Rat King was this guy that wore like old tattered potato sacks for clothing, and he lived in the sewers, and he played a fife, and he controlled all the rats in the sewers.
Did you hear about the rat that... It was like a 41-pound rat that they found?
Where?
I don't know, but a coworker's kid was like, don't kill the rat. He's got 4 turtles to take care of.
Well played, sir.
Exactly.
That's good. That's good.
She's a big Turtles fan too, so it helps.
So, do you remember like Metalhead?
Yes.
The robot turtle? Actually, we brought up Usagi Yojimbo. The 4 frogs?
Don't remember.
Shredder wanted to have his own foursome, so he mutated some frogs. And he named them like Napoleon Bonafrog, Genghis Frog.
Yeah.
Rasputin, and then there was the 4th one, Attila the
Hutt. No,
it's not Attila the Hutt. It wasn't Attila the Hun. I don't know. It was Attila the something. I'm surprised I remembered all 4 of their names right now.
Then there was also what's his nuts?
Slash
Mondo Gecko.
Mondo Gecko. Was he even on the show?
Yes.
Like once?
I think he was with the Technodrome kids.
He was with
not the
the
Technodrome.
teenagers from Dimension X?
Yes.
Zach, Dax, and Kala?
I think so.
I am so full of fucking knowledge about that.
I could be wrong.
My knowledge of the first Turtles cartoon series is second only to my knowledge of G.I. Joe. And even then, it might be a toss-up.
Yeah, once I stopped watching, it was like, everything from that era, I can't remember shit.
You bastard.
I know. Because I drank so much between the...
What?
No, I didn't. It's just like, I don't remember any of that stuff. Except I remember the Cosby episode where all the guys were pregnant and they had the ship and the huge giant foot-long sub.
The party sub?
Yep, the party sub. I remember that episode from the 80s.
I was going to say, does that tie into the Turtles, or you just remember that?
No, I just remembered that.
Oh.
Can I tell you about the other episodes? What?
Do you remember why they got pregnant?
Because he ate... Wasn't it a meatball sub?
I thought it was something in the drinking water. They couldn't have all eaten the meatball sub.
Oh, that's why... I thought it was just because that was the dream he had. Whenever he'd have the fucked up dreams, it was because of the meatballs subs or something like that. I could be... we can make shit up. It doesn't matter.
I'll have to research this on Rapepedia.
Yeah. Exactly. I like that you even were like, that joke was lame, man. Yeah.
Fucking moth flying around.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Fuck you, moth. Okay, so after the 87 series, which was so great, we started having live action movies. The first one, very good. Worked on just about every front.
There was no CGI.
There was no CGI. It was all animatronics and puppetry. Great. I'm sure Rotten Tomatoes shits all over it.
Probably.
Because they do on a lot of things. The second one, well known because it not only had Tokka and Razar, because Shredder finally had his own mutants.
Donuts.
I was going to say Kino. Their sidekick Kino. Ernie Reyes Jr. Everybody remembers Kino. And you just remember the music in the beginning of that movie. If you hear the music in the next room, like I was at my kid's maternal grandmother's apartment this weekend, that movie was on. It ended, and then they immediately played it again.
Fuck
See?
you, moth.
See, there's the fucking moth.
It's a tiny moth, too. It's not even like
Piece
a big
of
moth.
shit. So all of a sudden, I'm in the kitchen, I hear dun 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 dun. I'm like, what is Secret of the Ooze doing back on again? And then I turn around the corner, and there's people eating pizza.
Nice.
Which is how that one opened up.
This man has no dick.
The third one. The third one was the time travel one that went straight to video. I remember getting it on VHS for like my 10th or 11th birthday. And I just found it randomly sitting on an end cap of toys at Target. I'm like, Mom, I want this. I didn't even know this existed. And they go back in time to like feudal Japan.
Are you sure that went straight to DVD?
Straight to fucking DVD.
Or
straight to VHS.
VHS.
Straight to video. And they say it's horrible, but it's not terrible.
I saw the second movie, I think, 3 times before it officially came out. So they used to have the Saturday morning, like, you could go see free movies, or you'd buy it for like $20, you get like 6 weeks worth of movies for free. Mm-hmm. And one of them, or during that time, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 came out, and they were doing previews. Well, I got tickets to one of them, and then the second time I went in on the Saturday, we just snuck in. And the third time we asked the owner of the movie theater if we could just go in. He's like, whatever. So yeah, 3 times before it actually came out. I don't think I saw it after it actually was
What was he
released.
so busy doing that he was just like, fuck it, go inside?
There wasn't anything going on. He usually worked during, it was, I mean, it's a, for Eau Claire, but it was a pretty popular when you only have 1 or 2 movie theaters. But he'd be there, though, for the Saturday morning things, just make sure, obviously, everything is running smoothly and stuff. And, yep, just, hey, what's the easiest way to get in? Just ask. Doesn't hurt to ask.
Well played.
Mm-hmm.
Well played. From there, years later, not too many years after that, Fox had Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The live-action show with the puppets.
No.
With the suits.
No.
They introduced a 5th turtle. Venus de Milo, and she was a girl turtle, and she had shell boobs.
Giggity.
Nice.
Her bandana was teal.
Is that kind of like Sharky from The Prodigy?
Sharky.
Exactly. No one knows who she is. So when The Prodigy first started, there were 5 members.
Uh-huh.
So it was Liam, Keith, Maxim, Leroy, and then there was Sharky.
Huh.
And Sharky was this chick. And then she dropped out. Obviously, Leroy eventually dropped out. And now it's just the 3 guys. Completely off topic. Just reminded me of, yep.
When you said Sharky, it instantly made me think of Eek the Cat. The cartoon from the 90s. Fox Kids. He was a purple cat with a giant pink fat cat girlfriend, and she had a shark dog that constantly attacked him.
Oh, no. Can't remember.
Fucking son of a bitch.
I was like, oh, wait, no. I'm thinking of Cat Dog at that.
Do you plan on going to Target in the next few days?
I probably will be.
If you end up
I
at
need
Target,
cat litter.
go to the movie section, and on one of the little boats of movies that's 4-sided, bottom shelf, you'll find 2 DVDs of The Next Mutation, just to see what it was. It was bad. It was fucking bad. All right. I don't remember a lot about it, but it was bad.
Nice.
There was a reason it bombed, and then Power Rangers took off. Because fucking Tommy Oliver, that's why.
I got all the toys from McDonald's when they were selling them. Not the ones that came in the Happy Meals, but the ones that you had to pay like $2 extra. Like the little toys, like the plastic, whatever. It took 6 weeks to get them because each week they'd release them. And going back to Turtles, Burger King, when they released the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys for their Happy Meals,
Yeah.
that was the hardest toys to ever find, I think, ever. You had to be there that Friday, like in the afternoon, or they wouldn't get them in until like the Wednesday after. But it was
Jesus
like,
Christ.
and this is the 80s that this was happening, not now where, oh yeah, you get crappy Pound Puppy toys, and every other week it's like crappy plastic Hot Wheels at McDonald's. But no, but they had like the belt buckle thing, like plastic belt buckles that said TMNT on it and shit like that.
I still have a few of them at my parents' house. They were the shit.
Does that make you feel any better about yourself?
Yes.
Okay.
That makes me so awesome.
It doesn't matter that anyone else can't see them. It's just like, yep.
I have them and you don't. So fuck you, eBay. Fucking, I should eBay the shit out of those things.
You could. You could shit on them too.
I don't see why that would help me out.
You said you wanted to eBay the shit out of them.
As in put them on eBay to like get a bunch of money, not like
Wow, you took that way
eBay and
too.
shit on, yeah. Why does your mind always go to poop? God.
It always comes back to poop.
It does.
Listen to 200, 300 episodes of ITRadio. It always comes back to poop.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
2003. Fox Box. New Ninja Turtles cartoon series. Did you see that one?
No.
I have
In
multiple
2003,
DVDs of it.
if it was on Fox, I still wasn't watching it. Because in 2003, I was watching infomercials constantly. We had ass cable. We had cable modem, but we had ass cable when I was living with Bonnie. Mm-hmm. And so we didn't have any major channels. We had EWTN.
Oh, God.
The Mexican channel. And then we're building a wall.
Wait, Univision?
I don't know. It was just, who knows? In St. Paul, who knows at that point. And then we'd watch the infomercials, and Chef Tony was constantly on.
Oh.
ShamWow, I think, was just starting, but Chef Tony was selling the Miracle Blade.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
I got that for Bonnie for Christmas one year. She was so happy.
I'm so fucking sick of watching this and not having one.
Mm-hmm. And we'd sit there and we'd eat cereal, and one of these days I'm going to come over and I'm going to fix your 5-minute delay as far as your screensaver so we're not constantly mousing it.
I thought I fixed that shit.
We talked about it after the show last time.
No, as in the other day I was fucking around with it.
That was the other day, not today.
Oh.
Not today.
What the hell?
When you mentioned EWTN, if you don't know what that is, it's an all-religious station based out of Georgia?
I think so, and that one nun chick just passed away. The one that has been on since the
like Sister
80s.
Judith.
Yes, she just passed away.
It's the Eternal World Television Network. It's all Catholic and Christian programming. It is so fucking nuts pro-Jesus.
And Sister Judith wasn't like that pro-nuts, but everybody knew who she was because back in the day there was only 50 channels, not 210 channels. So, and back in the day there were you had one channel that was the TV guide, and you'd have to wait all 50 channels to go through. You couldn't just be like, I want to go to channel 25 to see what's going to be on.
Yeah, fuck kids today, and they're instantly going to what they want to watch. Like, fucking come on! Gotcha! No, there's a commercial, and they went to commercial before it got to my Suck My Cock!
Before my Suck My Cock? I never saw that episode.
Yes.
But yeah.
It was the Honeymooners.
Preview Guide. Preview Guide was a channel. It was channel 13 in Eau Claire.
It was, I think, 7 here.
And yep, that was in between commercials. You'd sit there, and you'd only get the 3 hours. You couldn't go 12 hours ahead. Yeah. See what's going to be on tomorrow night. Or a week. Yeah. See what's going on. There was no DVR back then.
We had VCRs.
Yes. And then you got sometimes you got fancy because you could get the dual VCR. Before it was the VCR and the DVD to record, but you could have 2 VCRs, so you could record at the same time.
You could rent something from Blockbuster and then dub it badly. Because the tracking would be all fucky and the video quality would be total shit.
Pretty much.
So the 2003 Turtles cartoon series on Fox they started fresh. They stuck with most of the lore. I think they followed the comic a little bit more faithfully. And it was drawn more in an anime style. It was fucking cool. I liked it. And the toys came out again, and of course I had to buy toys, even though I didn't need any, and I was 21.
I was slightly still watching Invader Zim at that time, even though I think it was canceled, or he can't...
In reruns?
Yeah. I remember seeing that the second episode, I was like, oh, Invader Zim.
So, major difference between the 87 cartoon and the 03 cartoon. Mm-hmm. 87 cartoon, remember Leatherhead, the alligator?
Yep.
He was speaking like this, by gumbo, I get those turtles, I guarantee. He was a fucking gator from the bayou. In the 2003 series, and again and we'll talk about this in a little bit, 2012 Nickelodeon series, he's a mutated alligator with hyperintelligence who assists the turtles. He's an ally, not an enemy. And I really liked him in that series. Casey Jones was a little bit different. And then, like, it went fucking bananas. It went from the TMNT cartoon, then they went flash forward, they went into the future, and then it was, like, back to the sewers. It was so fucking off the wall.
Marty McFly shows up.
That never happened.
Whoa, this is heavy.
I just want to tell you guys that there are some side effects to time travel. And they are not pretty. No, I'm not cold. I shake like this all the... Fuck you, Donatello!
And that moth.
That moth.
Just because you hadn't said fuck you to the moth in 5 minutes.
Well, I don't know where the moth went. Maybe it made its way out through the top of the door notch there.
It could have.
In the gap in my anti-Buddy the Kitty security system.
I thought you wanted to do the show because it's swamp ass season in Minnesota right now. Except I'm not outside enough to get swamp ass. I haven't gotten it for a couple years.
Lucky you, I've already had to employ the safety wipe 4 times today to get rid of my butt sweat.
I just heard about what the fuck is it? Tampon, man pawn.
The man pond.
Man pawn. I just found out about that because I don't watch MTV. I barely watch Robin Big, so I just found out about that. I think on Mother's Day, we were watching. My brother-in-law was talking about it and pulls it up on YouTube, and we're all watching, hearing about man pawns.
Probably less gross than the Diva Cup. Do you know what a Diva Cup is?
Is that the one where they can piss?
It's no. It's just more diabolical than that.
Okay.
You're talking of like the lady piss funnel.
Yeah.
The Diva Cup is this silicone thing you stuff up in your cooch, and then it catches all your period blood, and then you pull it out and dump it in the sink, rinse it out, and jam it back up your pussy. Kind of a gross concept.
Yeah. Just let it go. Just let it flow.
Everywhere?
Well, not necessarily.
Don't even wear just wear white cotton panties and jump rope all the time when you're on the rag.
There you go.
It will be a shower of menses.
No, wear a skirt. Just have it. Just.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, but it's being caught though, and you're like, what's going on? And by the time that the blood dries, it would be brown, so it would just look like they shit themselves. But at least if it's going down the leg and it's red, it looked like you could still tell that there's blood and not. It wouldn't look like shit.
Okay, so more fucked up costume to wear if you're going to do the whole blood shooting out of your white cotton panties. Sailor Moon or Rainbow Bright? Sailor Moon would probably have so many Japanese guys hard if she had period blood showering everywhere.
Probably.
Rainbow Bright?
You just think it was part of her outfit.
It's running down into her rainbow leggings.
Yes.
And those furry little, whatever the fuck,
Taste
those
the
cotton
rainbow.
ball things. Taste the rainbow, bitch. Action figure therapy jungle. Google action figure therapy. It's G.I. Joe based. It's fucking hilarious.
Pork chop sandwiches?
I don't know what that means.
There was early 2000s, there were PSAs that they would do with the G.I. Joe characters. I think it was the G.I. Joe characters.
Oh, or they
And one of
redubbed them?
Yeah, and one of them was a slow kid, and somebody's helping him, and all of a sudden he's like, pork chop sandwiches! That's all I remember.
Who was the G.I. Joe?
Fuck if I know.
Was it a white guy? Was it a black guy?
A guy with a mask.
Barbecue, the firefighter?
I don't fucking remember.
Probably.
Maybe.
Unless they were in water, then it would have been Deep Six.
No, they were in a house.
Was there a fire?
I think so, and that's where the pork chop sandwiches came from.
Yeah, that's barbecue.
Oh, okay.
He's a firefighter. Not to be confused with Blowtorch, who had a flamethrower. I don't know how that would help anybody with anything, since they were like firefighting compatriots. But, yeah.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
Turtles 2003 series gave birth to the TMNT CGI movie.
When did the cartoon one come out?
The CGI cartoon?
No, I thought it was just cartoon. I didn't think it was CGI.
No, I was CGI, that one.
In 2000... When?
Well, it was cartoon CGI.
Okay.
That was in, I don't know, 05?
Okay.
06 maybe?
I think I saw it in the theater.
It wasn't terrible, but
No.
it was just like, this is not the same.
My dad and I were the oldest people. Actually, no, there were quite a few older people in the audience that did not have kids.
Yeah.
I think there were actually more older people in the audience.
That's the way it should have been.
Mm-hmm. But see, when the new one came out, which I have not seen either of the two new live action... Except,
He's throwing up air quotes.
Yes, live action where it's CGI. So really, it's really not live. like
Right.
the original Turtles. But the bone I had that I mentioned right before the show started was last night I heard a commercial for the new 2016 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 movie. They're like, this is probably the best Turtles movie ever. No, the original 2 were the best Turtles movies ever. You can't say, oh, this is the best movie ever, just because it makes more money. Well, if you go back in
Adjusted
time,
with inflation.
yes.
That'd be like saying, man, that new Ghostbusters movie with all the chicks, that is the best fucking Ghostbusters movie ever. How old are you? 12?
Yeah.
Eat a dick. Eat a dick, you who know nothing about Peter Venkman, you motherfucker.
It would be funny, though, if Rick Moranis made a cameo.
It would be, but
I'm
Rick
not-
Moranis has disappeared from Hollywood life after his wife died of cancer, and then he cut like a couple of country albums, and he's living off the grid.
Well, yeah, he made so much money that it didn't even matter. After Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 2, it's like, oh, see you later.
Wait, wasn't that Honey, I Blew Up the Kid? Or was there a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids 2 and then Honey, I Blew Up the Kid?
Yeah, but after those, it's pretty much, he was just like,
Little Shop of Horrors,
that was even before them.
Ghostbusters 2.
Yep.
And then Big Bully, I think, was his final movie.
Are you the gatekeeper?
I am the key. Are you the key master? Or some shit like that.
I
I've
thought it was
just
the
butchered the quote.
I thought it was Gatekeeper. I don't fucking remember. It's as good as trying to remember the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV shows.
I figured you would have way more vivid knowledge of this.
I thought I would too. And I was part of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan club.
The mail-in one?
Yep, and I was supposed to get like 4 episodes or whatever, or like 4 comic books. After the 3rd one, I didn't receive shit. But I did get a bandana out of it, but I sent it over to Europe. When we had the Get Graeme a Tattoo Fund, we had a whole bunch of stuff, and that was one of the prizes I had. It was like, oh, here's my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles bandana. I was going to give my, what's the helicopter thing on the top of the head? What's it called? Not
A
pinwheel.
beanie?
No, but it's not a beanie, though.
A helicopter beanie?
But it had a certain name. I can't think of what it is. But I got one of those from doing fake reviews online of video games, and you had to do like 5 or software reviews, and I did 5, and all I did was just copy paste from Mac Addict.
That's hilarious.
And I got them because this was before people could actually Google search anything.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, I got one of the hats, and I was going to give it away. And Frosty's like, "You're going to give that away?" But I thought you were so proud of that, even though I never wore it. I still have it somewhere.
Good to keep.
It's just collecting dust in some box. How is it collecting dust in some box? It just is.
It's in a closet
Yeah.
somewhere.
I
So what
have-
happens
I
when you
have
get a
cats
house?
and have cats.
Yes. It's probably got cat hair all over it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
They found a box to lay in. It was in there. They fucking rolled all over it.
We still have boxes from moving in 3 years ago in our second bedroom, and one of them has like the stuffed animals that we have, and we have 2 comforters over it. They have figured out how to get into the box. They don't sleep in it very much anymore, but there were a couple times where looking all over, and then all of a sudden you just kind of see a small hole on the side of the box. It's like, there it is. What are you looking for?
I just realized I didn't silence my fucking phone.
I didn't either.
Oh, well, that's rule number 1 is silence your fucking phone.
But then I'd be able to listen to Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Weezer at the same time.
He's talking about a mashup that he did called
Fresh Pork and Beans of Bel-Air.
Fresh Pork and Beans. Look it up on YouTube. It's still on YouTube, right?
Yes.
Look it up.
Yes. I also did a mashup of Gillette's Mr. Personality and Taylor Swift's Shake It Off.
Oh, God.
Those 2 actually work. I have 1 strike against me on SoundCloud for putting Taylor Swift on there without her permission.
Really?
Yep, all of a sudden I was like, it was right before the ITRadio 10-year anniversary show.
Yeah.
And Frosty's like, oh, do this. So that was going to be that was our featured band I threw it on after. And all of a sudden I get in my email, yes, you could be getting 1 strike from SoundCloud. If you get 3 strikes, you're no longer able to use SoundCloud.
What if you just open a different account under a different name?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking brilliant.
Yeah. But though they were trying to say that because of the whole copyright stuff and everything, and like, but it's really not, it's a mashup. And I even put on there as far as like the thing, I did not produce this. This is under free
Fair use.
Yeah. And they still said no. because it's Taylor Swift.
Dickholes.
But I actually used more of Gillette's Mr. Personality than Taylor Swift's stuff. And I told Frosty, I was like, he's like, I'm texting him in the morning. Instead of it being with Fresh Pork and Beans in Bel Air, I did the mashup and the video all in 1 week.
Wow.
And I had all the clips. I figured out all of the clips. And it was like, as I'm working on it, I'm like, I know which clips I want. You got to get him doing the
Cabbage Patch?
Cabbage Patch. Obviously, I have to have the Carlton in there.
Oh, fuck yeah, you do.
When he's dancing at the school in front of Ashley's friends at some party, I was like, this is just all working out perfect. And then, but with Gillette, though, I'm sitting there, I'm like, how the fuck am I going to do Taylor Swift's rap in this? And I'm texting Frosty Saturday morning when I'm working on it. It was 2 days worth of stuff. And no, there's not a video for that one. And I'm texting him, I'm like, I don't think it's going to work. And then all of a sudden, same thing I did with Strong Bad Meets Techno Viking. I just laid it down and barely even touched it at that point. Like, it just all synced up. It's like, sweet. But I thought it was pretty nice that was the reason why I got a strike against me.
Fucking Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Don't you have enough money, woman? You would think she's rich enough to go find a shrink that would help her with all of her various neuroses.
Because she can't show her belly button.
Right, and then she can't keep a man.
That too. She and Calvin Harris are already broken up already.
Well, it was a year.
And they said, they're like, now there's going to be new music. Except Calvin Harris really doesn't write lyrics.
No, he just mixes stuff and has guest vocalists.
Yeah, so what is he going to make? I need you to write a song about my ex-girlfriend. Sing a song about Taylor Swift being bad. Bad Taylor Swift.
Talking to her like she's a dog?
Yeah.
You're bad, Taylor. That's bad. You're so bad. How dare you? You're bad.
You're a bad boy.
Dirty bitch.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
2012 gave us the Nickelodeon cartoon Turtles series.
I have seen a couple of those.
It's not bad.
There were a couple times I'm sitting... in the early 2000s, so 2010, 2012, there were some decent TV shows on Nickelodeon.
Mm-hmm.
And not just cartoons. They also had Victorious and iCarly. Yes, I will admit.
What about Zoe 101?
I never watched it.
Really?
Nope.
Man, I could not wait for Jamie Lynn Spears to turn 18 so I could start masturbating without guilt.
Even though you could have before she turned 18 since she had the kid.
Yeah, that doesn't make it. You're still jacking off to a teenage girl. Once she's 18, she's legal.
Who cares that it says teen after that, but whatever.
Okay, so speaking iCarly, are you more apt to go with Sam or with Carly?
Sam.
Yeah, see, I don't know anybody that would pick Carly over Sam.
And then, so if you go to Victorious, though, would you go Cat or Victoria Justice?
Victoria Justice,
Yeah.
because...
I mean, Cat was cool at the beginning, but then it just got to like, fuck, this is boring.
What was the name of that Fred kid?
Fred.
That had the high-pitched voice?
Fred.
It was just Fred?
Fred.
Wasn't Fred anything?
No.
Ned's Declassified. You remember Ned's Declassified?
No.
Ned's Declassified Guide to Surviving School or some shit like that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I did see a couple episodes of that.
Okay.
And Drake and Josh. I'm a huge fan of Drake and Josh.
A huge fan of Drake and Josh?
Yes.
That's saying something
I
there.
think it started with their Christmas episode.
I don't recall.
And then they had they just would be playing on Saturday mornings we'd have SpongeBob on, and then it would go into Drake and Josh, and then back to SpongeBob.
Kind of a head fuck.
200 stations, that's what we...
That's what you get.
That's what the girls watched. As in girls, we mean cats.
Oh.
We'd go to Eau Claire, turn on Nickelodeon so they could watch it. So everybody coming to the apartment building and going inside sees our TV, which is right in the view of the walkway, and they'd always see cartoons up there.
Interesting.
Two 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds living in the apartment, and it's always cartoons.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hell no.
Not with all the fucking reality television.
Yes.
So the 2012 one, it's still going. It's in its 4th or 5th season. They've used a lot of elements from the original show. They just recently went to Dimension X, and they got the Fugitoid on their side, and they fought Mozart, which was like some Triceraton invader. There was Lord Dreg. It was all kinds of crazy shit. They've had Casey Jones and April, but they're teenagers in school, not adults, so there's a difference there. Bebop and Rocksteady are still Bebop and Rocksteady, but instead of being like similar in size, Rocksteady's fucking huge, and Bebop, for some reason, even though he's a warthog, has a skinny, tiny little waist, like he was drawn by the people that did Justice League, where every guy had this massive V-taper to his upper body, and then these little fucking skinny waist, and then these monstrous legs. I don't know who decided that was how you should draw men or women. Awful.
I think they were hanging out at South Beach, California, on that near that Muscle area.
Muscle Beach with the outdoor workout place where all the celebrities go to look cool.
Mm-hmm. All those huge jacked up dudes. Like, what do you do with your life? I work out.
Find people to help him wipe his ass. That's what he does.
But still, what do you do with your life? I work out. For what?
What do you do for work?
I do shows. Sponsorships, and I get more juice from GNC. So I can go use their scale.
Right.
For 50 cents.
Just once I want a guy to be like, oh, actually, I'm a poetry teacher at a college.
Why are we giving them such high pitch or low pitch voices?
Because they're big, strong muscle dummies.
But you really know that they're juicing, so they have the high pitched Tony DiNucci voice.
Do they?
Probably.
I don't remember Tony DiNucci's voice.
It's really high.
Is it kind of like this? I'm Tony DiNucci.
No, it's higher than that, but it's not as high as
Fred.
Christopher Lloyd's version of, well, definitely not Fred's, but Christopher Lloyd's version of, or the bad guy in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Remember Eddie?
Yeah.
When I killed your brother, I talked just like this, and he hit that really high pitch. It wasn't that high, but close.
Wow. There's a fucking random reference for you. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
I love that movie.
So I saw the first of the new Turtle movies.
Mm-hmm.
I redboxed it. I didn't want to see it. I begrudgingly watched it after passing up on seeing it like 20 times. And then I watched it, I'm like, of all the movies I've ever seen, it's definitely now one of them. And I have no plans on seeing the second one because Bebop and Rocksteady are shooting guns and shit. They kind of did in the cartoon back in the day, but they didn't kill anybody. And there wasn't like collateral damage that could result in death. This just seems like it's a Michael Bay take on Turtles.
Yeah. And big explosions and
it's fucking stupid.
Shit. At least Vanilla Ice made sure that they didn't come from fucking outer space.
Yeah. No shit.
I thought you were just going to like, that's it. All right. Thank you very much. Talk to you guys later.
No, because we still got to do the RPS rematch.
No, that would have been just funny if that was, Okay, that's the end of the show. But you just totally fucked that up.
Don't even say anything. Just end the video so people think there's an error. We
got a video? Oh, for the YouTube?
For the video that's just audio.
Yeah. Straight to video?
Yeah.
We are technically straight to video if you're using YouTube.
I am. I'm only using YouTube now because it's free and it's easy and I can do it in like 10 minutes. So awesome.
With your no internet here?
With my parents' computer. Yeah. I'm 33 and I go to my parents' house to use the internet to upload my podcast show that I make in my basement of my adult. I'm a grown ass man. I have a house. And I go to my parents' house to eat free dinner and upload my shows onto the internet.
I go to my mother-in-law's across the street to eat free shows and...
Eat free shows?
Eat free shows and play on the food.
Well, that sounds like your brain's kind of mush.
No, once you started, I was like, I'm just going to fuck with it and keep going.
Well, if that's how you really feel, then ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Middle ages.
No, mine's different. Blumpkin&Friends brings to you the Rock, Paper, Scissors Intercontinental Championship Challenge Championship of the World, where you gotta throw 5 hands of rock, paper, scissors to unseat the current champion, which is my 5-year-old daughter, the Jews, who's going up against former champion Graeme of ITRadio.
Mecca like a high, Mecca. Bark, bark, bark!
In an instant rematch of new champion versus former champion. All right. Are you ready?
No.
Well, we're doing it anyway.
Oh, that's what, when you were going through the championship, world championship, or whatever it was, all I could think of was Rocco's Modern Life, where he was going to WWF.
And what was the name of the gigantic? Was it Really, Really Big Man?
Really, Really Big Man was a different show.
No, I thought that was it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hand number 1.
Did you text her?
How the fuck am I going to text my 5-year-old? She doesn't have a phone. I asked her on the drive home to take her back to her mom's. I'm like, okay, we're going to do the rematch with you and Graeme, so give me your hands. And she just starts rattling them up. I'm like, wow, I almost feel like she's thinking about this.
I will do scissors.
Graeme does scissors. The Juice did scissors.
I will
draw.
do...
Whoa.
What?
Hand number 2.
Fuck these hands. Scissors.
You do scissors. The Juice did a rock. Boom. Hand number 3.
Paper.
She also threw a paper. That's a tie.
So I am...
She's got 1 point. You have no points.
I have no
2
points.
ties out of 3. Hand number 4.
Scissors.
She also threw a scissors. Wow. So you have to tie this. Hand number 5.
Rock.
She threw paper.
At least I lost to a 5-year-old again.
That is hilarious. So, the current and still RPS Intercontinental Championship Challenge Championship champion, my 5-year-old, The Juice.
And the glove fits.
What?
O.J. Simpson. Not a Jew. She's
But
the
guess who
Juice.
was? Hall of Famer Rod Carew. He converted.
I saw the one that he did for 2015's Christmas. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty good.
How many times did he mention Jon Stewart?
I wasn't counting.
Jon Stewart, who is currently the king of the Jews. If Jesus comes back from never existing and returns to Earth, he will have to he'll have to fight Jon Stewart in a celebrity death match for ownership of the Jewish faith.
Possibly Paul Heyman, too.
Why? Is he
Paul
a Jew?
Heyman's Jewish.
Is he Jewish or is he Jew-ish?
He's Jewish. Because there was a huge controversy when Raven put Sandman up on the cross and Kurt Angle walked out because Kurt Angle's all religious, but yet gets drunk and says, I wasn't drunk.
And beats his wife?
Yes. Yep.
Son of a bitch.
Ex-wife.
Yeah.
No, or
Who's
was it-
now, isn't she like married to Jeff Jarrett
Yeah.
now?
Yep.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a fucking great
And
workplace.
then they still worked against each other.
They did.
Yep.
They did. I'm sure that Kurt Angle was hoping every day that Jeff Jarrett would hurt him with that guitar, and then he could get the greatest amount of workers' comp ever.
I just saw, I don't think it was it something with New Jack? I don't know, but the guitar, they split whoever they hit just wide open. The guitar wasn't breaking, and the dude just whacked him sideways with it.
Jesus.
And I don't remember if it was New Jack just recently, because I don't think New Jack's pretty much retired, but yeah, whoever they hit, they did it sideways. Or it wasn't breaking, and yeah, they just totally fucked up the dude. Yep.
Not as bad as the mass transit incident where they carved that dude's forehead open. That shit's hard to watch. If you don't know what we're talking about, ECW, the original Gangsters came down and New Jack took like a blade out and carved this dude's forehead. Blood fucking everywhere.
I'm a mark.
Yeah, it's so fucking, it's gross. It's worse than watching Sid Vicious come down off the top rope and then his knee buckles and breaks.
Oh yeah, because he was working Steiner.
That's when he was Psycho Sid.
Yeah, and when he was working Steiner, and Steiner just walks right onto his ankle.
Oh, God.
Because wasn't it on WCW?
No, it was an ECW match.
There was something.
The Steiners were in ECW.
No, but there was one where
Pre-Papa Pump.
I thought that I forgot. I don't think it was, but I thought Steiner walked on whoever's ankle just like snapped, and it was just sideways. I thought it was Sid Vicious.
That would be a dick move.
Yeah,
It's the second time I've been crippled in the ring. What
pretty
the
much.
fuck?
Pretty much.
That would make me a psycho, too. Mm-hmm. Giggity.
And his promos sucked. Forgot what the one that's always on Botchamania.
Botchamania.
You don't know what Botchamania is?
I don't.
You need the internet, dude. 300 episodes worth of all botches.
Really? Mm-hmm. How long are the episodes?
Usually like 5-10 minutes.
That's pretty good time
Yeah.
for... Yeah,
and then he's got a whole bunch of like Nintendo music in the background. Everything from CZW, WWF, WCW. Horace the Psychopath made an appearance at an IWA show.
Uh-huh.
He technically wasn't in Botchamania, but his name was, because they announced the wrong person.
Nice.
And so Ian Rotten started the You Fucked Up.
Was that IWA Mid-South
Yes.
with Ian Rotten.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
No, not Ian Rotten.
I know Axel's dead. Isn't Ian dead too?
No, it was Balls.
I know Balls is dead.
No, Ian Rotten's still around.
Okay.
Just no one likes him.
Lots of our favorite wrestlers have passed away. We could do an entire other show on wrestlers from the 90s and 2000s that have died. Maybe not the 80s, because, what year did Brian Pillman die?
90s.
Did he?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because he was in ECW, so...
Okay.
Because he was the one that... I just found out that Brian Pillman was the one that pretty much brought in contracts. Because he figured out that I could work all 3 promotions and get away with it.
It's not a bad idea. You make a lot of money that way.
Because I think he used ECW to his advantage.
I would too, back in the day. He was a smart motherfucker. It's unfortunate that he was addicted to booze and painkillers and he went nuts and killed himself.
Yep.
But such is life. Gonna end it on that ray of sunshine there, Brian Pillman killing himself. I thank you for joining us on this episode of Blumpkin and Friends. You can interact with the show at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/groups/Blumpkin and Friends. That is an AND, not an ampersand. Also, if you are listening to the show right now, thank you for finding us on YouTube. There's no other place to find Blumpkin and Friends. Only on YouTube.
There's no place to find Friends in general.
Well, that's not true. If you go to Chuck E. Cheese, you can be a kid and find Friends.
Unless you have a molester mustache, then they won't let you in.
They'll still just stamp your wrist. They'll just make sure that you don't take
I
the
haven't
kids
been
out.
to one for a while.
They stamp your wrist.
Oh.
And then it's like they can only see it under luminescent bulbs. It's almost like a CSI identification kit for kids and parents. Whoa. Your stamp doesn't match that kid.
Sure, put it near your pants. Semen stains.
That'd be hilarious.
See, that's, I think, why they're doing it at the wrist, because usually wrist level would be right around the pants area.
I suppose. I don't think I've ever jizzed on my wrist.
I'm saying pants.
Right.
But if you jizz on your wrist, you never know.
Unless you're trying to get cum on there and be like, hey, I can't read my watch. Can you tell me what? It's cum! Smell it! Would you like to smell my cum?
See, much better than the original ending of this show.
Right.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
And I'm Graeme, formerly of ITRadio.
Good night.
There goes the smell my feet.
Not smelling your feet, I'm not smelling your dirty butt. What?
Smell it.
Smell what? I'm not smelling your butt.
Do it.
No.